It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And up next, it's Deshaun Watson. You can't ask for much more than his last game, a 5-touchdown effort. It's the Giants and the Hawks under the lights on Monday night.
We're situated about 8 miles west of New York City at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Tonight we finish off Week 4 with a good Monday night matchup, as it'll be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the New York Giants. Alongside my partner Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And Charles, you take a look at this Giants ball club. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
And the offense last week, they had things humming. If you're a defensive player, you may get overshadowed a little bit, but you're really buoyed by what your offense is doing.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Seahawks, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes...
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And they will elect to not bring this one out, as our first drive will begin at the 25. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. Leading them out, a first-round pick in the 2017 NFL Draft, former Clemson Tiger, Deshaun Watson.
And he's been playing at an elite level here in this early half of the season. Tops in the league in touchdown passes at this point. This is definitely a wide-open offense, so we'll see if he can keep a string of good games going right here.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. A good start offensively. 15 yards on the game's initial play. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Now Watson. Open man downfield is Waddle. He's got it. And he's brought down. Another first down, this time on a gain of 19.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
On first down, Watson. Over the middle, that's caught by Metcalf. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now a 2nd and 2. They run it for the first time with Tony Pollard. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4. Outright, he's got Rucker. They'll wind up getting just a yard. And that'll bring up 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Gay's kick is good. And the Giants are off now to a 3-0 lead. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
Seattle's first go on offense forthcoming, and under center, of course, Russell Wilson.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw 1 touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Wilson. He's airing it out for Williams. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. They'll get 8, but they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive because that's not enough.
That looked great when he first took off because in my mind, there was room to run and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his fourth down call.
On fourth down, on is Logan Cook to punt. Jabril Peppers is deep for the Giants. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is brought in at the 21. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. Get a look at DK Metcalf as this offense returns to the field. There's a lot of talk in training camp about him getting off to a hot start this year, saying that they needed that. Well, he's done it through the first month.
Kind of reminds me of one of those great musical groups where one person has their name out front, then they have the backups, right? He's the guy out front because the backups, they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, but we're going to the headliner each and every time, and that's not easily done because you know all the defenses are kicking towards him right now. That means he's fighting his way through traffic, finding ways to get open, even when he's not supposed to be.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Watson. He'll let this go deep for Waddle. And this is taken in at the 5. So they hit pay dirt, but don't count it yet. There's laundry on the field. We'll see what the penalty flag is about. So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. Extra point by Gay is up and good, and the lead grows to 10-0. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And, Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. From the gun, it's Wilson. That ball nearly intercepted. The rookie had his hands on it, but couldn't pull it in. The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And that is incomplete. Boy, did everything to hold on to it, but a nice play defensively, and now brings up 4th down. Here's Logan Cook now to punt this one away. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. A beautiful fake. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So now the Giants set to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. A first carry for Leonard Fournette. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. You talk about this Seahawks defense. This unit currently 7th in the NFL, Charles, in stopping the run.
Now, if they could just get their pass defense in line, this unit would be really, really strong. And remember the conversation with the defensive coordinator? He wants them to rush the passer better. He wants to see the quarterback on the ground. They've got to create some sacks.
And he said it starts early and often. We'll see if they can get to it. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. That's caught by Chosen. Oh, some strong run. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. And officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10, down at the 33. Pollard, he'll take it up the gut, and he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Patrick Jones there on the tackle. 2nd and 10.
At the 34-yard line.
Going to run again here with Pollard. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
Well, there's an example of patience being rewarded. Ran the ball on 1st down and got stuffed. Most people would scream, throw the ball here. In this situation, they stayed with their roots, stayed with running the football, and they got rewarded.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Pollard gets it off the option. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that long play. Well, the Giants are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the heart of the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
Now it's Watson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. And that is caught. He's got it for a giant touchdown. 2 first-quarter touchdown passes now for Deshaun Watson. And the Giants are able to extend their lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait him. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. So an early advantage now and a good one. 17-0 our scores. They kick this one away. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. 5 in the secondary now for the Giants here on 3rd. There's Charbonnet once again. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Toss left to Montgomery. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. This is 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 39-yard line.
On the give, here's Charbonnet. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. You talk about this Giant defense. They were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
This defense has a lot to be proud of coming off of the game they played last week. When you only give up 14 points in a game, not only do you give your team a chance to win, you fully expect to win because you figure your offense is going to score more than that. Oh, man, that is just a flat miss. He's in the pocket. The protection holds up. He sees his man come free, but maybe he just gets a little excited about the prospect of a long touchdown.
And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Giants' drive will start from deep in their territory with a 1st and 10. The Giants' offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. But Charles, they're really stringing these possessions and scores together early. We're still in the first quarter, but if they can score again here, look out.
Yeah, and as you taught me when we're broadcasting games, one word we're supposed to avoid, and that's blowout. But that's exactly what's going on here. Down 3 possessions just the first quarter. That goes beyond any worst-case scenario we might have thought coming into this game. And another touchdown here, that should eliminate any hopes for any type of a comeback.
Ready to roll for the second quarter from MetLife Stadium. The Giants with the football. 2nd down and 8. As they've got it as we resume action. To throw is Watson. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Maurice Hurst in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And a fair catch is taken here, a step or 2 inside the 45-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt, and it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 45. Wilson. And incomplete on the deep ball.
They've had multiple opportunities on offense and still haven't scored any points. Felt like they wanted to loosen things up, throw it downfield, and see if maybe they could get a big play and a quick strike.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw into the hands of McLaurin. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Now Wilson. He'll get that to Charbonnet. And he won't get to the marker. He's a yard short. A pickup of 3. It leaves him with 4th and 1.
A short gain that doesn't get them the 1st down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line. Offense back out there, and we shine the spotlight on the Memphis man, Tony Pollard. It's the second quarter. His team has the lead, but I think he's hoping for a little bit more production out of himself.
And we often talk about preaching patience to a runner when things are a little bumpy in the early going, but we have to do the same thing with the offensive line. They can't wait to halftime and make the adjustments. They have to do it from series to series so those surface tablets come into play. Check out what the defense is doing and see if they can find a better way to run it.
So they search for that patience here now. And he's able to get him a small cushion before being taken down at the 5, a gain of 3. The Giants on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Watson. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Lewis. Yeah, boy, he had the marker square in his sights, but a good tackle is going to leave him about a yard or so short. On 4th down, Ryan Stonehouse on the punt. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're
down.
You
don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
So he stopped for no gain, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know, there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
Well, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'm guaranteeing he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
And this one hits at the one, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Offense back out there, and we shine the spotlight on the Memphis man, Tony Pollard. He's hoping to get it going. They're hoping to get him going, too. You know, he's about ready to pop one here in the second quarter. He's hoping.
And his offensive line teammates, they want to get one of those, too, because they want to continue to run the football. Most offensive linemen like that part of the game better than pass protection because they're not taking blows. They're actually dealing them out. So what they want to do is show the coaches, hey, if we pop one, we're having success. That way they won't go away from the running game.
He'll be hoping to pop one, break one here this go-around. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Watson now to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Will Anderson able to record his 5th sack of the season.
For a rookie first rounder, he's made a huge impact on this defense, but that tells me that they had a plan for him when they drafted him. Just turn him loose, do what you do best, go get the quarterback.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now, standing just outside his own goal line. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. And out now come the Seahawks. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling with this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Now we've got whistles and movement up front. I think this is against Seattle. Now after the false start, here's 2nd and 7. And now a handoff to Charbonnet. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature and make sure you don't get hurt.
And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
On 1st and 10, it's Charbonnet. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
And he'll work down inside the 45.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll leave them with a 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. And they'll run on 3rd down with Charbonnet. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beef eaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
4th down. Here's Wilson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as he's brought to the ground after a gain of 7, 5 more than he needed on 4th and 2. fighting to stay upright. Stopped short of the 25. The second effort couldn't free him. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll make it a second down.
Second and 6.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Ball on the 27. Here's a second down and 6. Throwing is Wilson. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And the Giants are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. Well, we've seen a lot of mistakes here in this first half, and another there on the interception.
Yeah, they're certainly starting to pile up, aren't they? Because, let's face it, we expect a miscue here and there, but they're already down 3 scores and still giving the ball away. If they want to get back into this one, they've got to take care of the ball, because right now the way they're playing doesn't say a whole lot for their chances.
Offense back out there, and we shine the spotlight on the Memphis man, Tony Pollard. And he's had his chances in this game. He just hasn't been able to find any daylight so far.
Patience, patience, patience. And that's the hard part for a runner, because they expect every run to be a big one for something to pop. So they have to sometimes go through the struggles before it happens for them later in the game. But you got to give credit to the rest of the team. They've worked around the fact that he hasn't had his normal big game.
Yeah, despite his struggles, still winning here in the second quarter. Watson's throw is taken in by Waddle. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming.
He's forced out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
Back to throw, Watson. That's to the sideline and incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed, because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And the ball now going back over to the Seattle Seahawks offense. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive. And they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp, and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
From the shotgun, Wilson. And his pass incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here, because they did completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock, because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
Offense back out there, and we shine the spotlight on the Memphis man, Tony Pollard. And the good news, his team's winning. The bad news, he hasn't had the game that he's hoped to, at least to this point here in the second quarter.
And a lot of that is pride, because these types of backs want to be in the center of all the action and leading their team to victory. They'll take the win right now, hoping to jump his game up as this one moves on.
He probably wants a little bit more of the spotlight going forward. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Watson. He's got Lewis. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, They had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And a fake here. Direct snap to the up man. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool this defense. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football.
4th and short in this part of the field. You just notice special teams coordinators rallying the team saying, watch the fake, but Brandon, don't they usually say that on every punting situation?
Oh, yeah, they can be up 40 in the 4th quarter. That's their job. They scream that every time.
And this time, though, his team locked in, and they were well aware that it truly was a situation that they could fake it, and they were ready for it and stopped it.
Wilson's throw into the hands of Henry here. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Over the middle, he finds Higgins. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get our tour started out at Venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. And that one is still scoreless as they play in the second quarter. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. We just watched a strong first half from quarterback Deshaun Watson. He came out of the gate smoking hot with 2 first-quarter touchdown passes to help steer his guys towards this halftime lead.
And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the 3rd. We'll see, Charles, if they had a chance to hit the reset button at halftime. They have not scored. They're facing this big deficit. And if they're going to come back, it's going to have to start right now.
Yeah, and for them, it's not dwelling in the negative because, yes, they were totally ineffective in the first half. But we've seen many games that have flipped around in the second half. It all starts with this drive right here. They get something good going, put some points on the board, they begin to have hope.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
But when the running game's not working, sometimes you just got to take a few more chances down the field. That's a good effort, but it winds up incomplete.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a first.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down. Now it's 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
On the toss to Charbonnet. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down. They need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. 3rd and long. It's Wilson. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A pretty good mark there. They needed 14. They got 14 on 3rd down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Ball start. Offense.
A false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. On the carry, Charbonnet. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
We know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now it's Wilson. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 21. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Here's Charbonnet. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Joey Bosa, so strong, able to fight his way in there to make the play. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
On 3rd down, Wilson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Folks' kick is good. And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. 1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Watson's throw caught here by Metcalf. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it's 2nd down.
He's the gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5. 47-yard line.
From the gun, here's Watson. And he hits his target, the tight end Lewis. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 41-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They run straight ahead here with Pollard, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
And he'll get that to Fournette complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 33 yards that time.
This play is a thing of beauty when it works as designed because they let the running back slip out of the backfield and head down the sideline on a wheel route. Number one, it's easy for him to get lost. And number two, really tough for the linebacker to run with him. And this ball's right on the money and leads to a big play.
Watson. That's dumped off to Pollard. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
At the 6-yard line.
Option play. Here's Pollard. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal.
5 yards brings up 3rd and goal.
Fournette diving for the end zone, and he is in. Touchdown.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And the man who finished it off with a run into the end zone, Leonard Fournette. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a 1st down.
They'll run it here with Charbonnet. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It was Joey Bosa working his way in to bust that one up.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
Now Wilson. And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The Seahawks moving pretty well through the air. Another 1st down.
And you start to think if it's going to happen for these guys, it's got to start with this drive. Down 3 scores, they need to start making some inroads. And that'll help the cause there as they pick up good yardage and a 1st down.
Now run by Charbonnet. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9. At the Giants.
Now Wilson on 2nd down. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this 3rd quarter of play. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Wilson. That is caught. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 32-yard line. The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing is Wilson. And that one complete once again to Higgins. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another first down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the fourth. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
At the 19-yard line.
From the gun, it's Wilson. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. He's dropped just inside the 20. A little second effort there, but couldn't find a whole lot of space. What do they have for this? 3rd and 11. Out of the gun, a give to Charbonnet. And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Ball start. Offense.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Going to run again here with Pollard. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. On 3rd down, Fournette. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. Now fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line. As Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. Now a pass here caught by Hunter Henry. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
It's a gain of 10. First down, Seahawks.
Now Wilson on 1st down. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Here's Wilson. And that's too tall for his receiver. It's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted a picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw into the hands of Sample. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 18. Again, Wilson. This one hauled in by Sample. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3. At the 12.
On 2nd down, here's Wilson. And he's got it. And the Seahawks are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. From the shotgun, Wilson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Montgomery will score. Touchdown, Seattle. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you'd kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Nick Folk for the point after. And this is up and good. That'll make it a score now of 24-10. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it was David Montgomery's touchdown run that polished it all off. This is Tony Pollard. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Giants going to take over again on offense. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Fournette once more on 2nd down. And he'll get a couple up to the 29. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
And they pick up the first down there with a gain of 4. Up the gut, Fournette. And he'll get this up to about the 40. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Pollard, he'll take it up the gut, and he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Here's Pollard again. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Will Anderson gets to him for the tackle. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down. Now a give here to Pollard. And same result. He's going to take this just to the line of scrimmage before running into a brick wall. On 3rd down, it's Pollard. And he'll take this to the 47, but no further, as they get him down well short of the line to gain. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. So Wilson and the Seahawks down by 2 touchdowns, 2:23 to play. Their offense has struggled all night, and now they need to find 2 scores late to try to pull this thing out. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's 2nd down now. And from the gun, here's a handoff to Charbonnet. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. To Henry. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. On 1st down, Wilson. He's got Henry, and they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 1 timeout at their disposal, but more pressing is the need for 2 scores, obviously. Here's 1st and 10. He's going to let it fly. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, and he could not pull it in. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. To throw is Wilson. He's going to launch it for Washington. And this is caught for a touchdown. So hang on now. Things just got a little bit more interesting here in the final minute.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
Extra point up and good by Folk. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. And this will be recovered by the Giants. And that ought to just about do it. The 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. Down to a knee goes Watson, and that should just about do it for this ball game. A couple more minutes, and maybe the outcome of this one, Charles, would have been different, but ultimately time runs out on the comeback, so it falls short, and they hold on to win this by just 1 possession.
Not the 4th quarter they wanted, but they did earn the win, and they'll be happy about that, and they should be. Now they're going to go back to practice, see what they can do to prevent a future lead from slipping away like this one was.
So for the Jets, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for Seattle, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And fortunately for them, they'll have the early bye next week as they return to action in Week 6. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.